going for the brass ring is something that I encourage my students and residents to do. I'm Linda Phillips. I'm currently honored to serve during the centennial year as the president of the American Association of Plastic Surgeons. I have been the president of the Plastic Surgery Foundation in 2007, and I've been fortunate and honored to be the president or chair of other organizations as well. I was always going after things like officer positions in school, things like that. It was just something that I wanted to do. And I felt then, as somebody who got into those positions, you can't ask people to do things that you wouldn't do yourself. And so you have to lead from the front, and you have to lead by example. With that, I would try to make things better. And I recognize that you don't do that unless you're part of the infrastructure, whether it's becoming a committee member, a committee chair, or getting onto the board and then officer positions. So I think one of the people with whom I had the privilege of working in the Plastic Surgery Foundation and also in the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, the two of them together ahead of me were excellent at collaborative leadership, at getting people to buy in with the concept rather than a top-down, this is how we're going to do things, I'm telling you what to do. It's, this is the idea, what are your thoughts? Maybe modifying your own plans a little bit, but getting everybody to come together, and then with that buy-in, you've got a far stronger group who are dedicated to what you're trying to do in the leadership position. You have to follow your heart and your passion. And passion is something we often talk about in plastic surgery because it's such a wonderful specialty. We make such a difference for people in their lives, in their perception of themselves. And so if you don't have that passion, it makes it hard to come to work. If you deny your passion, you may become bitter. None of us are a mentor for everything in anybody else's life. We all can mentor in different parts. And we should learn going through that we may want somebody to be our research mentor, our clinical mentor, our personal life mentor, things like this. And making those connections for your mentee makes you all the stronger of a mentor. I became pregnant with my first child. There was a cardiac surgeon ahead of me who had children during residency and fellowship. And she was kind enough and wise enough to sit me down and tell me what she and her husband, who is also a surgeon, had done to help make everything run smoothly. And one of the best pieces of advice was to get the best possible childcare that you can afford. So you know your children are in good hands, are safe, and you don't have to worry about them when you have your emergencies and days go long. We learned to do the things that needed to be done by outsourcing. And I sit down my residents and my students and I tell them, this is what you have to do, and your life will be easier and you'll be happier. I always thought that I was not as good a mother as I would have liked until all four of them were teenagers. We're in the kitchen and my kids were talking about this and that, this and that. Mom, if Mom had been a stay-at-home mom, and it was dead silence, they all looked at each other in horror and they said, if she'd been a stay-at-home mom, as hands-on as she was, I can't even think about that. And then I knew it was good. Realistically, there are lots of men who have proactively put up women and diverse background men for positions of leadership, recognizing that plastic surgery is stronger because of our diversity. Our gene pool is better. We can take care of more diverse patients better if we are more diverse amongst ourselves. And I'm proud to say that plastic surgery has not only now women's committees, but diversity, equity, and inclusion committees on our major, or in our major professional organizations. And that effort is only growing. I think probably the best thing that I can do as a woman who's been through it is talk about what the men can do, about being supportive, about giving time off. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten hugs in how many clinics from patients. I think the best days are the days that the mom or the grandmother and the mom that I operated on bring in the next generation to have surgery by me. And that's such an incredible trust. And so it makes me realize what a gift I've been given to share with my patients.